Hi guys, it's Wednesday and it's time for our 16-3 math lesson for fractions, and it's called making halves and fourths of rectangles and circles. So the two shapes that we're going to be practicing with today are the rectangle, which we all know, and the circle. Okay, some vocabulary words that you're going to hear me saying throughout this lesson are half, quarter, fourths, and halves. Okay, so let me just go over those words with you. When you divide a shape in half, that means you're dividing it into two equal parts. When you're dividing a shape into fourths or quarters, you're dividing it into four equal parts, okay? So I want you to remember that, because quarters means fourths. When you're dividing something into quarters, you're dividing it into four equal parts. And halves. We're also going to be talking about halves. Means when it's separated in half, we also hear the word halves. Okay, we divide it in halves. Okay, so if I take my rectangle and I divide it in half or halves, that means I divide it right down the center. Okay, that gives me two equal parts. So half means two equal parts. If I wanted to divide my rectangle into quarters, I would have to divide it into 1, 2, 3, whoop, not the best, but pretty close. 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts is fourths or quarters, like the quarter, okay? Now, if I asked you to color in this shape, this rectangle, which is divided into quarters, show me 1 quarter or 1/4. How would you color that? Think about it. Remember, the top first number tells you how much is colored. So 1/4 or 1/4 of this rectangle, let's pretend it's a Hershey bar, chocolate bar. If the chocolate bar was divided into 4 equal parts and I only ate 1/4 or 1/4, that means I only ate one part of the 4. Okay, so if I shaded in the first one, that would be 1/4 or 1 out of 4 pieces. Quarter, 1/4. Now let's look at the circle. If I divided my circle in halves, that means I divided it into 2 equal parts. If I said that is a pizza pie and Mrs. Sirigliano ate 1/2 of the pizza pie, that means I ate 1 out of the 2 equal parts, or 1 part is shaded. 1 out of 2, 1/2, halves. Okay? Pretty simple. You're just becoming familiar with these new words, halves and quarters or fourths. You have to understand that a fourth is a quarter. That means 4 pieces. A half is 2 equal pieces, and 1 of the 2 pieces is colored. And that's what you're going to be working on today. You're going to be looking at shapes that are divided for you. This is the paper. Making halves and fourths of rectangles or circles. You're going to look at the shapes. As you can see here, all of these are divided into 2, which means they're divided in halves. And the directions want you to color the shape so that half of each shape is blue. Only 1/2 or 1 out of the 2. 4, 5, and 6, you see the shapes divided into 4 parts or quarters. It's a quarter. Color the shape so that 1/4 of each shape is orange. Only 1 out of the 4 is orange. Now this one says, Marco cut this square into halves, 2 equal parts. Draw a line to cut them into fourths. Where would you divide it? Draw the line to divide it into 4 equal parts. Challenging. Give it a try. Do your best. And if you have any questions, let Mom and Dad know, and you can email me. Have fun. Bye-bye.